Back again with the Journal Journey prompt number 33. Before I get started, as always, please, if you haven't yet, check out Flintlocked Issue 1, available on Amazon. It is there in paperback form or Kindle, whichever you prefer. So yeah, Flintlocked Issue number 1. Just give that a search on Amazon, you'll find it. But, prompt number 33. How have you changed over the last 5 years? Woof. Let's see. I'm currently answering this in September of 2020. So let's see. What was I doing 2015? Wow. Yeah, I was just moving back to the suburbs to save for my wedding. I was getting married. Probably, yeah, almost 5 years in about a month or so will be when I was getting married. I was 23, and I think over the last 5 years, how I've changed, I like to think, and it's weird to say how I've changed because I don't want it to say like in a braggy way, but I feel like I've become a lot more emotionally mature. I think that a big eye-opening thing around 2015, 2016 was generally just mental health. About end of 2016 is when I started going to therapy. That's where I, really started learning more about depression, about anxiety, about just mental health in general, because I only knew like stereotypes. I only knew that people when they were sad they'd say, "Oh, I'm depressed," or when people were feeling stressed they'd say, "I'm anxious," but I didn't really know what all that meant. So I feel like that was a huge thing around 2015, 2016. I started learning was researching and in therapy and talking with others, just how it's not just like I'm anxious today, or "Oh, I'm depressed." It's like learning about actual depression, learning more from friends and such who were diagnosed and are on medication for the depression or on medication for their anxiety. And yeah, that's probably one of the big things that I think I try to also, as if it gives me any sort of gain. I constantly tell people all the positives of therapy, like I'm plugging it, like it's a show that I run, or I have an ad for therapy, but it's just I really advocate for it. I think it really helped me. It's helped me kind of realize priorities, and although it hasn't all been ups since then, I think it really helped me realize my my happiness matters, and then especially within the last couple of years, I've been trying to take better care of myself. I felt like once I got out of my long-term relationship that I just wanted to do all these things that I wasn't doing, and I wanted to hang out with all these people, and I wanted to date a lot, and I was doing so much that is really eye-opening for a couple of people to really drill into me that no, you need to really take better care of yourself, because especially when I started actively pursuing stand-up comedy a lot, I was going to 2 to 3 open mics at night, performing on shows. Then I started producing on top of everything I was already doing and working my 40-some hour a week job. So I just was not taking care of myself. I was eating like crap. Haven't been sleeping well for the past 10 years, and then realized last year that I had sleep apnea. So I have a CPAP machine, and while I still don't sleep enough, at least I'm getting better sleep. But the next step is to slowly start getting closer to 8 hours, because for so many years so many years I've been operating on usually 4 to 6 hours sleep, and then maybe on like a weekend I'll sleep like closer to 8 if I can sleep in on like a Saturday or a Sunday. So yeah, realizing how important that is. Recently been trying to take better care of like my diet. Very hard for me, but yeah, how else have I changed? I'm still pursuing a lot of creative projects like I was 5 years ago, but I'm hoping, especially recently during the pandemic, I'm really rethinking about like what I should be doing, as far as like my day job goes, and as far as not juggling so much and trying to focus. There was a question a few days ago about spreading yourself too thin, and I think that's something that I really want to change. But yeah, I think just generally I've become more mature. I think I've learned from a lot more people, because I think I was kind of in like a bubble still, even though I was out of college. I was in like this bubble of how things were, and I think by the divorce happening, sure, that sucked, but it kind of had me start over and realize my priorities and figure out people who actually were there for me. And I've also always struggled too by trying to, just like juggling too many things, trying to juggle too many relationships, whether it's, between different friends and work friends, and try to be everyone's friend, do things for people. And something I've been trying to learn lately is saying no, and also just giving energy and focus to those who deserve it, and not necessarily try to make everyone like my best friend, because it's just not how it is. Still be kind to people, but I don't need to overexert myself. So yeah, like to think that's how I've changed the last 5 years. I believe it's mostly been for the better, compared to when I was 23. But I'm sure there's some things I've gotten a little worse at. But I think those are the main ones that come to mind. How have you changed in the last 5 years? And I like that better than where do you see yourself in 5 years. I like it better, more like where have you gone in the last 5 years? Because hopefully if it's like growth, then like that's more positive. Whereas like thinking about 5 years from now can be very stressful and very anxiety inducing. So yeah, how have you changed the last 5 years? Comment below, and we'll see you tomorrow.